Hello friends, Namaste. Coming to you from the beautiful Bahamas in our outdoor yoga space. So I thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to work on some core stability. So for any age, but especially as you start to get a little bit older, core stability is so important. So whether you're just in your day-to-day life, maintaining balance, maintaining steadiness, or if you sit for meditation, having a strong core is extremely important. So we'll just work on some postures today to help and strengthen, stabilize your abdomen, your navel center. And we store a lot of energy and emotions in this space also. So on the energetic side of things, you'll be opening up some blockages and moving things around a little bit. So this will just be a short practice. You can do this quick and easy first thing when you get up in the morning, or maybe at the end of your day if you feel like you want to move the energy around a little bit. It's a fairly gentle practice. Okay, so we'll just start in a seated position. If you do have a block at home, you can pause, maybe grab a block and get yourself situated. You don't need a block for these practices. I always make sure that I'll give you the variations, the modifications you might need without props. But it is always nice, especially if you have tight hips, to let your knees drop down, feel a little more spacious in the hips. So just get started today, sitting up nice and tall, resting the hands on the thighs, and close the eyes. Take a few nice deep breaths in and long, slow exhalations out. And bringing awareness to the breath as you watch it move in and out. Just setting aside anything from your external world. Any to-dos, anything that you might have going on that is not important right now. Bringing your full awareness to the space on your mat. So just following the breath in and out all the way down into the belly. So notice the belly expand on the inhale, and navel draws in on the exhale. Expanding on the inhale and drawing in on the exhale. So really starting to bring your awareness to this navel center space. Allowing yourself to tap into the power that we do hold here in the third chakra. So allowing yourself to feel strong, feel supported, feel stable just while you're sitting here. And giving yourself as much support as you need. And taking a few more nice deep breaths. So this whole space in the belly region, the first three chakras, are kind of one energy, one major energy center. So we do a lot of work in my practices with focusing on this space in general, the navel center, empowering, releasing anything that does not serve you. So just the next couple breaths, allow yourself to empower yourself in this space. Okay, we'll take one sigh breath together just to release any stuck or stagnant energy that you may have brought in with you. So take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs, expand the belly, and then open the mouth. Nice long slow exhalation, letting the shoulders drop and the face relax. Okay, bringing yourself back to a natural breath. So we'll focus in this practice with nice long slow inhales and exhales, keeping the physical body and the mind steady. So you can keep the eyes closed. We'll just start to take some movement into the neck. So roll the neck from side to side, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to opposite shoulder, maybe full circles if that feels okay on your neck. Just notice where you feel some tension, some tightness. Take a little extra time in that space. Okay, make your way back through neutral spine. And remove the block if you're sitting on a prop. We'll warm up the lower spine with just a gentle twist. So sitting cross-legged, bring right fingertips behind you, left hand to right knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to twist. Okay, so the twist is in the belly. So really focusing your awareness on the navel center, the sacrum, the lower part of the spine. So just twisting here nice and deep. Taking a breath in and lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist a little deeper. Inhale your way back through center. Pause here, and then we'll switch over to the other side. So left fingertips behind you, right hand to left knee. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to twist. Take a few nice deep breaths here into the belly. Okay, not as necessary to crank the neck towards the back of the mat. So just focusing the twist into the lowest part of the belly. Breathing into the belly. Okay, inhale your way back through center, and then we'll just take it forward, evening out the spine. So walk the fingertips forward, keep the hips on the ground, and maybe move side to side to release the outer hips just a little bit. Okay, make your way back up. We'll come on to hands and knees, tabletop position. So the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. We'll take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale to round the spine. Inhale, drop belly, lift the gaze. And exhale to round. We'll do one more of each. Inhale, drop the belly. Tailbone points up. Exhale, round, chin into chest. Okay, make your way back through center. We're going to start to stabilize the sacrum. So bring the left leg behind you, either pointing or flexing the toes. Find your balance here. If this is enough for you and your balance, you can take the movement with knee into chest without the arm. If you have your balance, reach right fingertips forward. Okay, option also to just stay here without doing the movement. So reaching thumb up to the ceiling and reaching heel up to the ceiling. If you're taking movement with me, inhale, lengthen fingertips and toes. And then exhale, press away from the mat, round and curl, elbow to knee in center. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to round. Nice and slow and controlled movement. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Okay, last one. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale to round. Inhale to lengthen. Okay, release hand down, release knee down, and we'll switch sides. Extend the right leg long. And then extend the left fingertips forward once you have your balance. Inhale here, reaching thumb and heel up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round and curl into center. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Nice and slow. Exhale. Okay, last one. Inhale. Drawing the belly in. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. And then release hand and knee down to the mat. Okay, walk the left toes over to the left, right foot to the back of the mat, and then come onto your left hand. So it's a modified side plank. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Okay, so we're going to just take some movement with the leg, just working into the side body here. Okay, so just starting to lift the leg up and down, drawing the belly in for support. Okay, reaching fingertips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release down, switch sides. Walk right toes over to the right, left foot to the back of the mat, and left arm up to the ceiling. Okay, and then we'll just start. You can take it at your own pace, so you can take it slower or faster. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, release down, tabletop position, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to pedal out the feet, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, maybe keeping a little bend in the knees if you're really tight in the backs of the legs. Okay, chest is drawing towards the thighs, so it's not a pose like this. It's an inverted V shape with the body. So just take a few breaths here. Okay, and then set the gaze forward. Walk the feet up to the hands at the top of the mat. So just take a few moments here, release the hands down to the ground, or you can take opposite elbows in your ragdoll. Okay, just lengthening out the backs of the legs. And then gently release the hands if you're in your ragdoll. Slowly roll your way all the way up to standing. Head is the last to come up. Okay, so we won't do any sun salutations today. We'll just work on the poses to stabilize the core. So coming into everyone's favorite, chair pose. So I like my feet hips width distance apart. If you'd like, you can bring toes to touch. So get your stance. Whenever you're ready, inhale, deep bend in the knees, sweep the arms up, come into chair pose. Okay, so make your adjustments here. If you have bad shoulders or limited mobility in your shoulders, you can bring hands to heart center. Also, if there's compression in the lower back, hands to heart center, or you can just tuck the tailbone. So if your tailbone's sticking out and you have a lot of compression in your lower back, just tuck the tailbone, okay? Drawing the belly in, navel to spine, and then sit low. Keep the chest lifting forward. Activate the arms. So arms are reaching upwards. They're not like this. They're not like jelly arms. Arms are active. Okay, I tend to like to hold chair pose for a little while, which this is one of those poses where you get in your head about it. Your mind and your body are both saying, let's get out of this. This is uncomfortable. But it is one of the best poses to steady the mind. Once you can get past that lower mind chatter, then you're training yourself to be able to face difficult circumstances with a calm mind. So keep breathing. That's another trick, is to keep breathing. Okay? So last 2 breaths. If you've stuck with it this whole time, good on you. Okay, go ahead and straighten up the legs, release the hands down by your sides. Okay, we'll take one more version of chair pose. So this one is a balancing version. So I like to step my feet together. I like to step my feet together for this one. So toes come to touch, ankles are glued together. Okay, inhale, deep bend in the knees, sit low, and then float the fingertips back to the back of the mat. So arms are active. You're not just letting the arms forget about what they're doing. Reach towards the back of the mat. Keep the chest lifted. And then you can stay here, or if you have your balance, lift the heels up, coming up nice and high if you can, and then maybe sit the hips lower. Okay, drawing the belly in, giving yourself a little workout in the thighs here. Also good for stability. Okay, see if you can stick with it. Okay, release the heels, come back through chair pose, and then straighten out the legs, release the hands down by your sides. Okay, so we'll come into warrior 1. So right foot's at the top of the mat, and then left foot steps back. Bend into the front knee. So maybe taking your hands to your hips to manually square the hips to the top of the mat. So a lot of times people end up in their warrior one because they don't have the space for the hips and they're kind of like this. So make sure both hips are facing towards the front of the mat. If you need to widen the stance outwards a little bit, you can. Most women's hips are not designed to take the rigid style variation of this where they say heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. So you can widen it up a little bit. All right, so once you have your warrior one, reach the arms up. Okay, drawing the belly in. We'll take a little movement here. So inhale here, lift up through the upper body, through the side body, and then exhale, hinge from the hips, draw the chest forward so you're about a 45-degree angle to the ground. Inhale your way back up. Exhale to come forward. Okay, upper body and back leg are in one line. Inhale your way back up. Exhale to come forward. Arms by your ears, not down like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, exhale, hold here on this round. Okay, option to keep that back heel on the ground, or if it's better for you, if you feel like you can really get into the pose, you can come off the back heel. Reaching fingertips forward, almost like you're going to spring forward. Draw the belly in. Notice that strength you're building in the sacrum, in the lower spine. Okay, inhale your way back up. Release the hands, step forward to the top of the mat. Switching sides. Left foot stays at the top of the mat, right foot steps back. Square the hips to the front of the mat, bend into front knee. Make your adjustments. And then inhale, sweep the arms up. Okay, take a few moments here to get situated. And then inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hinge from the hips, draw the chest forward. Inhale to come up. Exhale, tilt forward. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time exhale, and here we hold. Okay, again, option to come off the back heel onto the ball of the foot, bending deeply into the front knee, drawing the belly in. Arms are active by your ears. Okay, inhale your way back up, release the arms, step forward to the top of the mat. Okay, so from here, we're going to make our way down onto the ground. So just a short practice today. So come onto the ground. We'll come into boat pose, Navasana. Okay, so bringing the hands behind the hamstrings and then sit up nice and tall. So no rounding in the spine here. You really want to make sure that your spine is stable. Okay, so lift the chest. And then come onto your tailbone, so you'll shift the weight back a little bit. Okay, lift up the legs, so bringing legs, maybe the calves come parallel to the mat. If you need to stay here to maintain your balance, you can. Otherwise, bringing the calves so that they are parallel to the ground. Option to stay here, or you can bring your hands by your sides. Or you can straighten out the legs. If you really want to go for it, reach the arms up and overhead. I'm going to stay here just so I can continue to talk. Okay, so drawing the belly in, keeping the chest lifted, so it's easy to start to round once you're in it here. Keeping the chest lifted. Okay, take a few more breaths. Okay, go ahead and gently release. Bring the hands onto the shins. Lift up the chest and lengthen and release the lower back. Okay, cross the legs, come onto your belly. Okay, so we'll set up for a few back bends. So this is strengthening the sacrum, the lower part of the back, mid to lower back. Okay, so coming into Shalabhasana, locust pose. Bring your hands behind you so you can have the fingertips just reaching towards the heels, or you can clasp the hands together. On the inhale, lift the chest and lift the legs. Keep length in the back of the neck. Okay, if this is way too much for your lower back, I'll give you one more variation. You can just keep the hands on the ground and press up from here. Okay. So if you're in your Shalabhasana, lifting up, drawing the chest forward. Again, keep length in the back of the neck so you're not looking forward or up. You're protecting the neck. Okay, legs are as parallel as possible so they're not splaying outwards too much. And then keeping that lift, each inhale, maybe lift a little higher, draw the hands towards the heels, and each exhale, hold that lift. Okay, last couple breaths. Okay, on your next exhale, release down, arms down by your sides, bring one cheek to the ground. And just rest here. Okay, second round. This time, maybe challenging yourself. You can take whatever you took on the first round, or you can reach the arms forward. Okay. So whenever you're ready, take a nice deep breath in, lift up arms, and lift up legs. Okay, reaching the toes towards the back of the mat, lifting the heels, and reaching the thumbs up. Okay, breathing here, filling the lungs. Sticking with it. Notice where your mind is going. Notice if your mind is saying, we need to get out of this. This is too hard. See if you can overrule that. We got this. Okay. On your next exhale, release down. You can just keep your arms there, or you can release them by your sides and bring the opposite cheek to the mat. Okay, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes, and come into tabletop position. Okay, we'll just take a few rounds of cat-cow to release the spine. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the tailbone. One more time, inhale, drop the belly, and exhale, round the spine. Okay, come back through centers, untuck the toes if they were tucked, set the hips back onto the heels, and come into child's pose. So release the forehead down onto the ground. Take a few nice deep breaths into the belly, maybe exhaling out the mouth, releasing any heat. Okay, go ahead and make your way back up. And we'll just take Vladikanasana to stretch out the hips a little bit. So options here. If you want to take more of an inner hip stretch, you can bring the soles of the feet together, and heels are fairly close to the sit bones. Okay, if you want to work more into the outer hips, bring the heels away from the body so that your legs are in a diamond shape. And then as you come forward slightly, you'll notice the stretch in the outer hips. I'm going to take more of the inner hip stretch. So bringing your hands onto your ankles or your toes. Inhale here, lengthen the spine. And then you can stay here. If you're really tight in the hips, or even if your knees are up like this, maybe drawing the elbows into the calves and pressing down gently. Or if you're pretty open, you can hinge from the hips and just lean forward, maybe walking the hands forward. Just take a few breaths here. inhale your way back up. And then make your way onto your back. We're going to finish with a twist. So onto your back. Okay, draw your knees into your chest. And then just drop the knees over to the right. You can bring your right hand onto your left knee, and the left arm reaches over to the left. Gaze can be up at the ceiling or over to the left fingertips. Take a few deep breaths into the belly. Just letting the lower spine release. Make your way back through center, and then drop the knees over to the left. Bring left hand onto right knee, right arm extends, and then gaze over the right fingertips. Okay, make your way back through center. Draw both knees into your chest, lengthen the lower spine. And then extend the legs out long, arms wide by your sides. Just take a few moments here of Shavasana, so final resting pose. Allow yourself to get comfortable, making any adjustments you might need. And just releasing into this posture, allowing yourself to just relax. There's no tension being held in the body. Just allowing the muscles, the bones, the joints, everything to release and relax down into the mat. And you can stay in Shavasana for as long as you would like. Just allowing yourself to rest. And I thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.